Welcome back to The Big Fight. The question of labour laws, the question of perhaps trying to reform labour laws is something that keeps on coming up. That's what we're discussing today on The Big Fight. Let me just get some quick views from the audience here. First, the gentleman there.
See, we get a great pride in saying that we are a democratic country. That is absolutely fine. But there is no harm in taking others' good things in our system. We don't say that, no, we should transplant Chinese system into our system. But as Mr. Gurudas Gupta has said that, no, we don't want to copy anything. To that extent, I don't agree. And secondly, Mr. Manish Sabharwal has said that, no, one pilot versus non-pilot, 3,500, as this gentleman was saying very rightly, this comparison is ominous. Okay. I say, no, it is right, because that has got a cascading effect. If we see that even one person is unjustifiably employed and he is going on a strike, it has got a very ripple effect in the whole society.
Okay, fine. Let me get some more. This gentleman here.
Sir said that we have over 200 laws in India. As of now, none of those laws are correctly implemented. Sir, if reforms take place, what is the surety that even those laws would be implemented properly?
Mr. Iyer said that 9% growth, employment rate growth is 1%. And when we were 4%, growing at 4%, the employment growth rate was 2%. So the absolute figures have changed because the population is changing. So therefore, if now, at that point in time, if it was 2%, now in absolute terms, because our population has increased, that 1% is no longer there.
Gentlemen here.
Today we are talking about the relationship between employer and employee. That is the need and want. The need for the employee and the wants for the employer. So at this point of time, what is important is very important. The needs is more important than the wants, because it is a socialist government.
Okay, fine. This is, I'm afraid, the last comment, the gentleman there.
Why is no one talking about the consumers and the tussle between the producers and the employers? Those who suffer are the consumers. Strike in the trucks, we don't get petrol. Strike in airlines, we don't get our flights. So why is the TESMA, the Essential Services Maintenance Act, not being employed? The consumers are the worst sufferers in this entire debate.
Okay, fine. That's one view. Now let me just come back to the panels for their final thoughts. I'm going to start with you, Manish.
You know, Paracelsus, he's the father of Greek medicine. He said the dose makes the poison. So anything powerful enough to help has the power to hurt. Today our labor laws are friendly fire which masquerade to, which hurt the very people they are masquerading to protect. There is no question that employment elasticity of growth will go up, and the best way for India to reduce our poverty is to get people into jobs.
Okay, final thoughts from you, Gurudas Gupta. If we have to take steps forward right now in trying to reform labour laws, change labour laws, make them a little better, would you oppose it every step of the way, or would you first wait to see what actually happened? What's your final thoughts on the subject?
My basic point is, if the attempt is made to make the labour laws favourable for the employers, I will oppose. If the labour laws protect the interest of the workers, organised and unorganised, I shall definitely agree.
What if they do both? What if they do both?
Change. If it is for both, I have no objection.
Sir.
We have to arrive at a consensus for the overall development of our country to ensure industrial peace and to ensure good industrial relations. Let us all sit together and check it out.
I'm quite convinced that we can have a situation which is a win-win for both. We need an open debate, we need an open mind, and it can be achieved. And I have two more suggestions. One, I would say, is that the regulation should be left to the state government. Our experiences, as has been mentioned, state governments are more responsive to the local needs. And thirdly, companies should have union, one, but internal. Central unions could really work at the all India level in terms of policies and other things.
All right, fine. Manish.
First, you allow organized labor to enjoy the protection which it deserves.
Okay.
Second, and far more important than that for the economy of this country, is the extension of protection and promotion to unorganized enterprises who are the largest employer of labor in this country.
Amit Mitra, actually we have actually moved forward. I'm hearing from just about everyone, the BMS saying very clearly, if you're willing to come forward with some sort of ideas that are win-win, we're very happy to look at it. Do you think for some reason we've been too scared to address this issue?
I think the reason why we are scared to discuss this issue, it seems, is there's a neo-Marxian perspective at the back of our mind that loss of one is the gain of the other. This is a misnomer. Workers and management are on the same boat. If the company gains, more jobs are created, workers have higher wages. So mindset has to change, which is people are afraid of. Number two, as far as unorganized people are concerned, Do you know that in the world today, according to Hernando de Soto, 9.3 trillion worth of assets are held by what money called the unorganized entrepreneurs. They have no rights, they have no way to borrow, employing huge number of people. We've got to bring the organized and reform the organized and bring the unorganized into the pale where they have rights and they have ability to move.
Okay, on that note, on inching towards, not consensus I would say, but at least inching towards agreement to start talking, let's end this particular episode of The Big Fight. Thank you so much all of you for joining us. We'll be back again next week.